Now, from CBS News Miami, this is Facing South Florida with Jim Defede.
Welcome to Facing South Florida. I'm Jim Defede. On Tuesday, the temporary protected status known as TPS for 400,000 Haitians will come to an end. Donald Trump wants them out of the country and has been vilifying Haitians for years. Here he was in the debate with Kamala Harris.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
This week, I spoke to Miami-Dade County Commissioner Marleine Bastien, a longtime Haitian-American leader who has advocated for the fair and equitable treatment of Haitians for decades. I asked her how Haitians in the community were feeling as Tuesday approaches.
Well, as you can imagine, Jim, people are scared to death. They are freaking out. I'm hearing from TPS recipients who have been living in this country for a long time, some as long as, 15, 20 years, 25 years, some more. Because as you know, even though TPS was awarded after the earthquake, Family Action Network Women, the organization that I started, has been organizing around it since the 1990s, if you recall. So there are people who are beneficiaries, TPS beneficiaries, who have been here since 1988. So suffice to say, the bulk of the people have been here since after the earthquake, including all professionals from all different disciplines, medicine, healthcare, construction. They are really spread throughout the different industries in the U.S. And then now I'm hearing not only from them, because, they have children, U.S.-born children, in our schools, in our universities, in our elementary school, and then they are scared to death, asking me, Commissioner, what am I going to do? What am I going to do with my children? What am I going to do with my business? What am I going to do with my houses? And I'm also hearing from employers who are gravely concerned because 90% of the TPS recipients, which is what I call the most vetted group in the U.S., because every year for them to keep TPS, the TPS status, they have to go through a very rigid process. So they are the most vetted group of folks. And then they are hard workers. And Jim, you've worked with our groups for years and years and years and years. Haitians are hard working, trusted workers. So I'm also hearing from employers wondering, what are we going to do? Because deporting all these people, forcing these families, these hardworking individuals, these bona fide immigrants, legal immigrants, depriving them of their legal status and forcing them to go to a nation where their lives might be in danger is really beyond their understanding. And for the first time, Jim, Haitians have unbreakable faith. They believe. They always have hope. They believe in the bon Dieu bon. God is good. God will always make a way. And then I've had people asking me questions, Commissioner, why if there is a God, why would God let something like that happen? So there's a lot of fear, a lot of panic. People do not know which sense to vow to because it's a difficult situation.
Let me jump in here and you talk about the businesses and the business community and that may be affected by this as well. It's almost a bit of a cliche, but there's a reason for it. It's true. There are so many Haitians working in the healthcare industry, in home care, in nursing homes that it's a thankless job in a lot of ways. It's a difficult job. And yet there are a large number of Haitians that do that. I don't think we've thought about the ramifications of what this is going to be. Talk a little bit more about that aspect of it.
Yes, indeed. We got proof of that during the pandemic, right? During the pandemic, while a lot of professionals were allowed to stay home, to work from home, these hard-working individuals in the healthcare, in the nursing, doctors, nurses, they were on the job. They were on the job when a lot of us were allowed to stay home. So they are a critical, dedicated group of employees, hardworking, trusted employees that will really create a lot of instability in the work industry if this group is forced to go. I can't even fathom how they would recoup from that, because so many of them, so many of our teachers from our Dade County Public Schools, I'm hearing from a lot of teachers, pharmacists, doctors, nurses, organizers, the restaurants, hotels, all across. I've been hearing from people from all across, and I've been talking, Jim, to partners because, as a volunteer at Family Action Network Movement, FAM, the organization that I created, I'm hearing from partners in Boston, New York, Chicago. The same story is repeating itself. Ohio, everywhere. Employers are freaking out, just like the TPS recipients.
Now, there are those who are going to say, hearing you talk about how some folks have been here under TPS since the late 80s or 90s, and the T in TPS is temporary,
Yes.
temporary protected status. So at what point, I guess there might be some of those who will say temporary protected status wasn't designed to be going on for decades. How
Mhm.
would you respond to them?
Yes, and then I understand where they are coming from because they see the word temporary. But when you look at some countries such as Haiti, Nicaragua, El Salvador, and countries in Africa, it is temporary in as much that these countries have recovered, that they are safe. When we look at Haiti and some African nations and places where there is violence, there is a high level of violence, then you understand. And I don't think the burden should be placed on the TPS recipients. The burden should be placed on Congress, because for years we've been going to DC, meeting with lawmakers on both sides of the aisles to find a permanent path for these TPS recipients, which is much deserved. They haven't done it. This speaks more to our Congress inability to work in a bipartisan manner to find relief not only to the TPS recipients, but to the DACA recipients, to the 19 million immigrants who have been, some of them have been living here for 60, 70 years. I know TPS recipients from El Salvador. They've been here for 60, they've had TPS for 50 years. So it doesn't, and then these are countries that are still in turmoil. And then the other fact that the other point I'd like to make is that Haiti is now one of the most dangerous nation in the world. So are we saying that we should send them there because temporary means temporary? We have to address number one, the root causes of migration. That's number one. And number two, we need to address Congress's inability for the past 50 years to really find a trailblazer path for permanency for these bona fide immigrants who do everything that we ask them for. Everything.
Do you think the president is racist when it comes to the way he talks about Haitians and others?
Well, some of the positions that he took showed serious racial animus toward Haitians. So he has his reasons. But that's why I think we should focus, and then I'm inviting Americans to know more about the root causes of migration, to know about Haitians' contributions, because the narrative out there, and then this is why you don't see massive groups of people setting up to support Haitians. There is some support, but there should be more right now. I mean, we're talking about people who are facing deportations to a country where the little girls will face collective rape, girls as young as 5. Why isn't there a big outpouring of support? It's because of this narrative that immigrants, and not only Haitians, but immigrants are here to take your jobs. They are the problem when they are not. They are not the problems. Yeah.
What I remember during the 2016 campaign talking to Haitians who supported Donald Trump.
That's why I don't understand his position. I don't understand his narrative because a lot of Haitians voted for him. A lot of Haitians put it for him. The churches were very involved, the religious community in getting them to vote for him. So I do not understand it. Sending people to a place where they may lose their lives. At times of great political upheaval, women and girls fare worse. That doesn't mean that not everybody is in danger in Haiti, but women and girls fare worse. Mothers are giving birth control to their girls, not because they are sexually active, but because they know it's not if their young girls and women are gonna be raped, is when, according to a report from the Miami Herald, from Jacqueline Charles from the Miami Herald, and then from witnesses on the ground. I have two cousins who've been hacked to death in the Altibonite region, which used to be a place that was always peaceful. There have been 3 massacres in that region, a region that used to be peaceful. So Haiti is considered one of the most dangerous places to be. Americans are ordered not to go to Haiti. So why are we contemplating sending men, women, and children who have done everything, who are as American as apple pie for the most part, to a nation where their lives may be in danger? Why?
When we come back, there is a push underway in Tallahassee to allow more development near the Everglades. I will talk to the state representative sponsoring that bill. Stay with us.